So after that introduction to geometry, I hope you're excited to get right into it. And we're going to start our first lesson in geometry with this little dot. Now what's this? This is the building block of geometry. Every shape, every concept depends on this little blot of marker. This we call in geometry a point. I'm going to call this one point A. We label our points with letters usually. And points in geometry are something special. Now we know that this is small, but we know that if I were to get out a really precise ruler, or if I were to just zoom in enough, I would be able to find the exact length and width of this dot. Well, in geometry, points don't have length or width. They don't have any dimensions. We say that points have 0 dimensions. Now, our world is 3D, right? We have length, we have width, and then we have height, right? Not so. If you're just a point, there's nothing. Everything that you can see is part of you. There's no length, there's no width, there's no height. Now you might say that doesn't seem very helpful. And it's not. It's kind of limiting. So we decided to make a collection of points. Now, one way we can make a collection of points is through array. Now, array is just one point combined with infinitely many points coming together in one direction. We call that array. I'm going to call this array B. You may also see it written with 2 points. This would say C. So I'd say array BC or just array B. Now you might say, okay, that's helpful, but what if I want to go the other direction? With array, I have to start somewhere, then I can only keep going in one direction. Well, that's where you have the real workhorse of geometry, the line. Now the line goes on for infinity in both directions. And we usually define it through 2 points, right? So I might say, if these points are x and y, then this is line xy. But there's a problem. All these points don't really have measurements. I can't measure a point, it doesn't have any dimensions. Array goes on for infinity in one direction, so I can't really measure infinity. Same story for the line. Where would I even start? That's what we have, what we can measure. A line segment, which is basically like taking this line and breaking it apart. I snap off the infinity pieces. I'm left with 2 points marking the outer edges. We call them endpoints. The points where my geometrical construction just stops. And we define line segments through, as you might have guessed, their endpoints. So if this were CD, that'd be line segment CD. And we'll build off of this further, combining lines and like segments, points, to create all the geometrical shapes you know and love. This is just to provide definition, right? We can't go forward and build new things if we don't know the building blocks we're working with. So, just to recap, points, 0 dimensions, just nothing. All the rest of these, we have 1 dimension. We have length. So, we can go on in one direction, just like that. Now with rays, we can only go in that one direction. With lines now, we can go in that one direction and also backwards in the reverse direction. And in line segments, we can go from a certain distance to a certain distance in that one direction. We'll learn later how we can get multiple directions and even our 3D objects, and more about how we can take these things and construct things that you might be familiar with, like angles or lengths or other shapes. But as I said, these are the building blocks, and it's important to know them. With that said, that's all I have. I hope this video was helpful, and I hope you have a great day.